Thaddeus Stevens, a once renowned American who championed African-American rights but faded into obscurity. Stevens, a white man, boldly fought for full political and social equality for black Americans, surpassing even Abraham Lincoln's cautious stance. Despite his monumental efforts, his legacy was often overlooked or distorted in history. Born in 1792 in Vermont, Stevens faced adversity early on: poverty, a clubfoot, and an absent father. Yet he turned these challenges into fuel for his ambition. His mother's determination ensured he received an education, which became his path to success. Moving to Pennsylvania, he became a fierce lawyer and a powerful voice against slavery, driven by his own experiences of being judged and marginalized. Stevens' story is one of resilience and unwavering commitment to justice, a reminder that true progress often comes from those who dare to challenge the status quo. His life inspires us to fight for equality, even when the odds are stacked against us. Thaddeus Stevens was a relentless advocate for the powerless, dedicating his life to fighting injustice. Early in his career, he defended a farmer imprisoned for debt, showcasing his willingness to stand against unfair laws. He championed debtors, exploited tenants, and fugitive slaves, often providing free legal aid to those facing ruin. His radical stance on racial equality and uncompromising moral clarity made him a controversial figure, earning both admiration and enmity. Stevens' personal experiences with poverty and disability fueled his empathy for the marginalized. In Congress, he fiercely opposed slavery, refusing to compromise on what he saw as a moral crime. His home in Lancaster became a station on the Underground Railroad, where he and his confidant, Lydia Hamilton Smith, sheltered freedom seekers. Archaeological evidence later confirmed his active role in aiding escapes. Stevens' legacy is one of unwavering principle and courage, a testament to the power of standing up for justice, even when it's unpopular. His life inspires us to fight for equality and challenge oppression, no matter the cost. Thaddeus Stevens was a fearless advocate for justice, using his home as a secret refuge for freedom seekers on the Underground Railroad. When the Fugitive Slave Act of 1850 forced Northerners to return escaped slaves, Stevens defiantly opposed, offering legal aid and protection to those fleeing bondage. His unwavering stance put him at odds with powerful figures, including President Millard Fillmore and Southern politicians, but Stevens refused to compromise his principles. After losing his congressional seat in 1852 due to his radical views, Stevens continued fighting for racial equality through his legal practice and abolitionist networks. The Kansas-Nebraska Act of 1854 reignited his political drive, leading him to join the newly formed Republican Party. By 1858, he returned to Congress, determined to end slavery, even if it meant war. During the Civil War, Stevens pushed for emancipation and land redistribution for freed slaves, clashing with President Lincoln's more cautious approach. He played a key role in passing the 13th Amendment, abolishing slavery, but saw it as only the first step. Stevens envisioned a reconstructed America where freed black Americans had full rights, education, and economic independence. His relentless pursuit of justice and equality left an indelible mark on American history, inspiring future generations to fight for a fairer society. Thaddeus Stevens was a visionary who refused to let the sacrifices of the Civil War go in vain. While others sought leniency for the South, Stevens demanded justice. He championed land redistribution, famously advocating for 40 acres and a mule to ensure freed black Americans could achieve true independence. His bold vision aimed to dismantle the economic foundations of oppression, but it faced fierce opposition, even from within his own party. Stevens fought tirelessly for the 14th Amendment, granting citizenship and equal protection, and the Reconstruction Act of 1867, which secured black voting rights. He stood as a bulwark against President Andrew Johnson's attempts to undermine Reconstruction, even leading the charge to impeach him. Stevens knew that without economic and political power, freedom for black Americans would remain hollow. Yet as his health failed, so did the nation's commitment to justice. After his death in 1868, Reconstruction crumbled under the weight of white supremacy, voter suppression, and federal neglect. Stevens' legacy, once a beacon of hope, was buried by those who abandoned his principles. But his final act of defiance, choosing an integrated cemetery, spoke volumes. His tombstone bore a message of equality, a testament to a life dedicated to justice. Though his vision was betrayed, Stevens' courage and unwavering resolve remain an inspiration. His fight reminds us that true progress demands relentless courage and an unyielding commitment to justice, no matter the cost. Thaddeus Stevens, a relentless champion of racial equality, was once vilified and erased from history. Southern revisionists painted him as a vengeful radical, twisting his legacy to fit their narrative of the lost cause. Films like The Birth of a Nation further distorted his image, casting him as a villain rather than the visionary he was. For decades, his name faded, his contributions buried under the weight of systemic racism and historical neglect. But Stevens' legacy could not be silenced forever. The civil rights movement of the 1950s and 1960s reignited interest in his work. Scholars like W.E.B. Du Bois and Eric Foner dismantled the myths, restoring Stevens' rightful place as a pioneer of justice. His fight for the 14th and 15th Amendments became the legal foundation for modern civil rights battles, from desegregation to voting rights. Today, Stevens is finally being honored. Statues, museums, and educational institutions bear his name, celebrating his unwavering commitment to equality. Yet the fight he began is far from over. Voter suppression, economic inequality, and systemic racism persist, reminding us that Stevens' vision remains unfinished. His story inspires us to challenge injustice, no matter the cost. It also raises a crucial question: how many other heroes have been forgotten because their truths were inconvenient? Stevens' legacy refuses to be buried. It lives on in every fight for equality, urging us to continue the work he started. Let's honor his memory by keeping the conversation alive and striving for the just world he envisioned.